But you've also had the unique distinction of being the one man here today that's fought both Frank Mir and Dos Santos and gone the distance with them. What can you say to the caliber of athletes that they are?
You know what? They're tough. Dos Santos is a champ. He's knocked out Cain Velasquez in under a minute or whatever it was. They're definitely top caliber guys. I mean, that's the thing is with who I fight is I always fight the best in the world.
Now, I saw that you had gone out and in the countdown last night and done some training with the Shaolin Temple. It said that that's something you've always done, but we just now seen about it. Is this something you did specifically for this fight?
You know what? Specifically for Bigfoot. But it actually corresponds to all fighting. It's just trying to get back to my roots about like why I even did martial arts in the first place, because the sports of MMA is very makes you very jaded and hate the world. So you gotta have to calm the mind a little bit, and trying to go back to the reason why I love martial arts, because the sport of MMA actually leaves a sour taste in your mouth. From people cheating to people, just the whole business. The business aspect is very. What do they say? There's a lot. When there's a lot of it pays to cheat. So I think it's one of those type of thing. We're in that type of business. I'll take the loser tonight, which most likely will probably be Frank, or on Saturday or whatever.
So you're picking Junior Dos Santos.
You know what? It's the only way I see Frank winning is if this business you got to sell your soul to the devil, and that's the only way I see him win. I think, from my understanding, Overeem wasn't doing TRT. I got rib injury. Oh, my rib's better now. Or wait, you put it here now, right? Or where do you put it for a rib injury?
You said you put it in.
Oh, in his back?
Yeah.
Not in the rib?
No, you said in the back.
On my ass. I'm always trying to figure out where you inject the shit. No, the way I look at it is, I used to always be very passive about knowing all the people that do cheat in this business, and not, I want to be like the Jose Canseco and come out and say, here's my book, this is who's on it, who's cheating. It's just, I'm gonna go, because I've been working with Jeff Mayweather and his nephew Floyd, and he says it's real simple. If you want to be the best, you must test. And I'm gonna take his slogan, and I might have to do VADA. I may even have to pay for testing myself for my next opponent. I'll do all the blood tests, the whole 9 yards. So random's real random, not where you can go, hey, I'm gonna cycle. I'll cycle off, and then I'll pee in the cup. So I'll go ahead and be that guy that whoever fights me next will have to do random drug testing. It'll even come out of my pocket if the UFC doesn't want to pay for it.
Will the UFC allow you to put that in the fighter match?
Does it really matter? I'll be the guy that says it and then be like, yeah, that guy doesn't want to test. I wonder why. It's kind of like a Pacquiao thing.
So you'd be doing it to prove a point, or you wouldn't take a fight if they don't agree to that in the future?
If they don't want to take the fight, I'll take the fight because I'll still fight anybody in the world, but if they don't want to test, that just shows what kind of corrupt the sport is. It's one of those things I can't really, it's either you fix it or you don't. You kind of have to draw that line in the sand and go, let's fix it or let's not.
Yeah.
Who has to fix it? UFC, commissions, or the fighters?
You know what? If we're in this league, then it would be the UFC. So it'd be like NFL, whatever. If we're doing boxing or where we're fighting individuals and we're doing our own promotion type stuff, athlete. But commission to a certain degree for our well-being. But it really always falls down on whoever's making all the money. Is pretty much where, if fighters are making all the money, then fighters need to come pay for it. If it's the promotion that makes all the money, then promotion. If it's athletic commission, apparently they're making it when they catch you. So so they're actually kind of maybe looking for it, or denying people for 9 months, because they only fight 9 months out of the year anyways. So it all works out. You know what? Switching opponents, it's one of those most disheartening type things, because you're like, again, like if I was in boxing, I'd just tell you to hit the door, and because you pretty much pick your opponents and you divvy up the money the way you guys want to, and blah blah blah. Boxing has it down. I guess it's because I've been in the sport longer. I think just one of those things, like I'm glad Pee Wee stepped up. He's a great fighter. I think he has like 23 wins, 3 losses or something ridiculous like that. So, he's been around the business for a very long time.
Did you make a move to try to get bumped up the card rather than Bigfoot?
Oh, you know what? I loved Cain Velasquez. I would have loved to fight Junior again. I mean, I'm one of the guys that you definitely want to see once or twice fight the same guy twice. You got Uriah Faber trying to fight Faber, I think 3 times now. Faber fighting Cruz 3 times. I mean, some of the best fights that you've seen. I mean, Matt Hughes versus GSP. Matt Hughes owned him the first time. Owned him. And then guess what? GSP owned him the second 2 and 3 times. So it's just one of those things. Once, there's a guys of evolution of the fighters where once I fight you once, I learn to beat your ass the second and 3rd time. And it's just one of those things. That's what makes you great. It's not how many times you fall, it's how many times you get back up.